In today's video, we're going to find out if the Freemasons are behind the scenes, controlling the world as we know it. We will examine this controversial topic and determine if there's any truth to these wild theories. Welcome back to the channel. Let's start by looking at some dramatic footage of the White House, the Kremlin, Big Ben, the Great Pyramids of Giza, all lit up with dollar signs, rubies, British pounds, and other symbols of power. Is this what the Illuminati would look like if they were real? This is what it looks like when you walk into a Masonic lodge at night. You can see the symbol of the all-seeing eye peering down from above. This is supposed to be the logo of the Illuminati. And even the US dollar bill features this mysterious symbol. What does it all mean? Are we being watched? Are the Masons part of something bigger than themselves? Something nefarious? Something evil? I have spent countless hours combing through books, historical documents, secret handshakes and more to find out if this is true. I want to know the same thing that you do. Do Freemasons really control the world? Let's dive deep into this mystery together. The internet is filled with sensationalist articles about the Illuminati, but one thing you won't find is any verifiable proof of their existence. The most concrete evidence comes from leaked emails between Hillary Clinton and John Podesta, which show that Podesta was looking for someone who could help get the word out about a new movement called the Illuminati. But that's the extent of it. There are no photos, videos, or audio recordings of the Illuminati or anyone that can prove that they exist. So let's move on to the next question. Do the Freemasons control the world? Well, not any more than they did in the 1700s, because they weren't around then either. The first Grand Lodge was formed in London in 1717 and operated in secrecy until 1843, when its records became public. Before that time, little was known about the organization or its activities. We do know that the group gained notoriety during the French Revolution, when many members fled France for England. It was rumored that they had planned the revolution in secret and were now fleeing for their lives. This led to speculation that the Freemasons were behind other revolutions as well, such as the American Revolution. If you want to learn more about the history of the Freemasons, check out our podcast. I interviewed historian Carl Claudy about his book The Masonic Conspiracy. He discussed how the legend of the Freemasons goes all the way back to the building of King Solomon's Temple, and how the group has been shrouded in mystery since its inception. He also talked about the origins of the group and how it evolved over time. Cody shared stories about famous Freemasons throughout history, including George Washington, and how he was given an honorary membership till the Revolutionary War ended. As we dig deeper into the secrets of the Freemasons, we'll continue to use some popular conspiracy theories as inspiration. We'll look at some old paintings and see if we can find any hidden symbols or messages. We'll analyze coded documents to see if we can uncover any clues about the Freemasons' true purpose. And we'll examine old maps to see if we can find any connections between secret lodges around the world. And if you stick with us to the very end, we'll reveal the ultimate question you should be asking yourself as we wrap up this investigation. Let's take a closer look at this map now. If you zoom in on certain areas, you can see glowing lines connecting secret lodges all over the world. These lines are invisible to the naked eye, but when you enhance the image, amazing patterns emerge. For example, a line connects the two most important temples in Scotland, Edinburgh and Aberdeen. Another line connects the city of York to the Colosseum in Rome, and a third line links Paris directly to Jerusalem. Now, these are just 3 examples of many. Each one represents a different layer of complexity in this vast network of knowledge. But what do these lines mean? Are they simply a coincidence, or is there something more to them? Well, according to legend, every great thinker who ever lived belonged to a secret society at the Priory of Sion. This order was dedicated to preserving ancient wisdom for future generations. Their symbol was the double-headed eagle, which represented the union of heaven and earth. The Priory of Zion played an important role shaping the destiny of mankind, and its members included some of the most influential people in history. Now let's talk about some of the most famous Freemasons in history. They range from politicians and revolutionaries to scientists and inventors. First up, we have George Washington, who was made an honorary member after the Revolutionary War ended. He attended a secret meeting in Philadelphia, where he received his apron and was sworn into the fraternity. As the first president of the United States, he set the tone for the country's relationship with the Freemasons. Then there's Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor and electrical engineer who created the alternating current system that powers our homes today. Tesla was a member of the Serbian Freemasons and believed that the group's emphasis on enlightenment and progress was essential to advancing civilization. Another notable Freemason was Albert Pike, an American lawyer and writer who served as the Sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry for 52 years. Pike was a controversial figure, but nevertheless helped to shape the course of the organization's history. Finally, we have Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister who led his country to victory in World War II. Churchill was a member of the Quarterly Club, a secretive group within Freemasonry that brings together leaders from all walks of life. Now let's look at some of the conspiracy theories surrounding the Freemasons. One popular belief is that the group was founded by King Solomon, the legendary king of Israel. According to legend, Solomon was a master builder who constructed the first temple in Jerusalem. He was also known for his wisdom and his wealth. Some believe that Solomon used his power and influence to create a secret society of like-minded individuals who would carry on his legacy. Another theory is that the Freemasons were involved in the planning and construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid is one of the oldest and most impressive structures ever built, and some believe that it was constructed by Freemasons using advanced technology. This theory is supported by the fact that several Masonic symbols have been found inside the pyramid. A third theory is that the Freemasons were involved in the French Revolution. The Revolution was a period of radical social and political upheaval in France that resulted in the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of a republic. Some believe that the Freemasons played a key role in planning and executing the revolution. Now let's talk about some of the rituals and traditions of the Freemasons. The group has a rich history of symbolism and tradition dating back centuries. Members are required to keep the secrets of the organization, and those who divulge them risk being expelled. However, much of the ritual and symbolism has been revealed through leaked documents and other sources. One example is the Master Mason's degree, which involves a ceremony called the Fellowcraft. During this ceremony, a candidate is blindfolded and asked to identify certain objects by touch. The objects are symbolic representations of various aspects of Freemasonry, such as the square and compass, which represent the principles of morality and justice. Another example is the third degree, which involves a candidate being buried alive as part of a mock funeral. This symbolizes the death of the candidate's former life and their rebirth into Freemasonry. The ceremony is meant to teach candidates the importance of charity and forgiveness, as well as the need to be prepared for death at all times. Overall, the rituals and traditions of the Freemasons are designed to teach members important life lessons and promote personal growth. So what do we really know about the Freemasons? Despite their best efforts to keep their activities secret, much information has been leaked over the years. Historians have uncovered numerous documents that shed light on the inner workings of the organization. For example, we know that the Freemasons have a hierarchical structure with different levels of membership. At the bottom of the hierarchy are the entered apprentices, followed by the fellow crafts and master masons. At the top of the hierarchy are the Scottish Rite and the York Rite, which are two separate organizations within Freemasonry. We also know that the Freemasons have a variety of symbols and rituals that are used to teach members important life lessons. The group places a strong emphasis on personal growth and self-improvement, and its members are expected to adhere to a strict code of ethics. Finally, we know that the Freemasons have been the target of numerous conspiracy theories over the years. Many people believe that the group is involved in world domination, or that its members are all part of a secret cabal that controls the world. However, there is no evidence to support these claims. It is important to remember that the Freemasons are just an organization of regular people who come together to learn from each other and make positive contributions to the world. While some of their practices may seem strange or mysterious from the outside, they are simply part of a long tradition that has been passed down for centuries. So the question we should be asking ourselves is not, do the Freemasons control the world, but rather, what can we learn from their example? By studying the history and teachings of the Freemasons, we can gain a better understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Their emphasis on personal growth, self-improvement and community service is a valuable lesson for us all. I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of the history and teachings of the Freemasons. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more fascinating content.